Wow. Make my heart. You make my heart glad. You make my heart happy. You make my heart glad. 'Cause you really love me. And you really care. I'll go back to Kwim. You really love me. 'Cause you really love me. You really You make my heart glad. You make my heart happy. You really love me, and you really care. You make my heart glad. You make my heart happy. You really love me, and you really care. You make my heart happy. You make my heart glad. 'Cause you really love me. And you make me glad. Hallelujah. I sing hallelujah. I give you the praise. I give you the glory. I give you the honor. I give you the praise. 'Cause you really love me. And you really care. I'm so glad you love me. I'm so glad you care. You make my heart glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. 'Cause you really love me. And you really care. I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. I bless your name. I bless your name. 'Cause you really care. You really care. You really care. You know, if you really believe that, you know, you could be going through hell in the natural, but if you really believe that, yes, God, man, you'll get happy just because you believe that. You won't get happy because it's hell. You'll get happy because you really believe that. Because if you really believe that, then you know that hell can't last because he really can. See, that gets you beyond what you're going through.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Y'all know what? Y'all can take a seat. Let me just talk to you for a few seconds and then the young adults will come. Listen, I want to share something with you. Worship. How many of y'all enjoyed Apostle Pierre while he was here? How many of y'all really enjoyed Apostle Pierre? How many of y'all learned something last Wednesday? Man, it was blessing. I do thank you, Elder Timmy, for coming down. Man, that was a blessing. I was not looking, I just knew you weren't going to make it. But I'm so grateful. I saw you had on your work gear, so you just came straight from work. But I appreciate that. That's a sacrifice on a Wednesday, coming through that traffic, trying to get here to support Kwim and Apostle Pierre and myself and Apostle Luque. We thank God for that. And man, but this is what I want to say. This is what I want to say really quickly. I've learned the heart of God. And the heart of God is worship. Y'all gotta hear me. You gotta become a worshiper. Because see, worship will take you somewhere. It'll get you out of your flesh.
Yeah.
It'll get you out of your emotions.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
get you out of your opinions. It'll get you out of all of it.
Yeah.
And one thing I learned from Apostle P.A., I learned that our birthdays are significant to the days that God created. And I learned that it was certain things that God gave man dominion over on certain days. And your birthday is linked to that dominion and that authority. I learned that. And so I Googled when I was born, Auntie. And I was born on a Thursday. And he began to show what God gave man the authority that he displayed on Thursday, which was, what day was Thursday? The fourth day or the fifth?
The fifth
The fifth day.
Fifth day.
The fifth day.
Fifth.
He showed us in the scriptures how on the fifth day, God released authority and dominion in the earth. And that how earth responded, certain things in the earth on that day that was created, man have dominion over. And so as he began to do that, he began to go from Sunday all the way to the 8th day. And he stopped on the 5th day, and I began to really research what he was saying because it was new to my hearing, okay? And as I began to research what he said, he talked about how our authority on the 5th day, and he talked about how the type of people, and he talked about the 4 things that was created on the 5th day, which was the fish. Then he talked about the birds. He talked about, it was a few other things he talked about, but it stuck out to me when he talked about the birds. And he talked about what each bird represents, the raven, the owl, the different things. And he talked about the eagle. And he talked about something. He said, what you will find out is that worship is this, that you go way up. And when you're up there, no enemies can survive. And now they're suffocated. And let me tell you something. When I went through the hardest times of my life, the roughest times of my life, I worshiped. I might have been weak. I might have been hungry. I might have been a lot of things. But I never lost my worship. Even when I couldn't stand here with the strength to proclaim the word, I still knew how to worship. And worshiping God kept me alive. Because worship don't have nothing to do with the divorce I went through. Worship don't have nothing to do with all my bills are due. Worship has nothing to do with what some of my family thought. Worship don't have anything to do with your physical, natural circumstance. Worship has everything to do with who God is. And if you can ever tap in to who God is and leave your bills are due, the divorce you just had, and whoever broke your heart, you leave all of that and worship God for who He is. Everything else will suffocate.
Yes, God.
But when we come up in the house, you get people that's done lived the life and knows the power in it, try to get you to worship, and what you do is, you ain't feeling like you don't want to close your eyes, won't put your hands up. You don't understand. You staying in that mess that's going to kill you.
Jesus. Speak it now. Come on. Saying that.
Now I need you to hear me well.
Yes, God.
If nothing else, I'm a worshiper.
Yes. Yes.
I don't care if me and Apostle Leggett has had the biggest disagreement, the kids getting on my nerves, and I have 5 things that I need, and you know what, and the people ain't acting right. When I walk through these doors, I ain't thinking about nobody else and nothing else. My whole mind is on who he is. He becomes so great to me. And I heard it by the Spirit tonight. Let me tell you, when this one right here stood up and started praying tonight, everything shifted.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
It went up like fire.
Yes.
And I said, oh my God, what is that? That's what I said.
Yes, God.
And then I just stepped over to Elder Tammy. I said, Elder Tammy, do you feel that? She said, I do. I do. The Lord said something to me on my way here.
All right now.
Amen.
Amen.
And one thing I can tell you right now, that if you come up in here, all you got to do is follow the leader. It ain't that hard. Follow the leader. Because even if I was off and I didn't say one word, when that one right there went ham, everybody should go ham. I'm trying to show y'all how to get somewhere.
Amen.
Yes. Amen. Amen.
I looked up, the power of God hit her like no other. And after that, I saw this one going that way and that one going that way. All of these right here are leaders in this ministry.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
And if you seen something going on with them, trust me, it was something going on in the whole place. Just because you can feel it, that's on you. But you should be able to follow the leader.
Yes.
Because not all the time are you going to feel it or see it. But that's why you got a leader.
That's right. That's right.
Amen.
That's right. Teach apostle.
That's right. Amen.
You know why? Because the leader has a responsibility to take you somewhere.
Amen.
The leader you follow because they're supposed to be taking us somewhere.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
And what happened was they were taking us somewhere.
Yes. Amen.
And there was quite a few of you that went, and then some of y'all were trying to figure out why we so excited. That ain't the time to try to figure out what we're doing. No, you need to just jump on board. See, see what God is looking for? Let me tell you something. In that upper room, the Bible said they were all in one accord. Your natural mind don't have to understand. I'm trying to show you how you can always have great moves like God wants to.
Yes.
Because you don't have to use your natural reasoning to try to figure out what's happening. Well, why they so hyped up? They must have got together early and prayed in the back. It ain't all about that. What you see is what it is.
That's it.
God still uses leaders.
Yes.
How many of y'all received that?
Yes, ma'am.
Listen, you know why? Because I don't know what God, it was like fire in here. I tell you, I said to myself, this is not the day to wear a dress. This is the day to have on jogging pants so you can just take a sprint right on out the door and run on back in. Because it was crazy, if I can use that. How many of y'all thank God for letting it just be crazy in the atmosphere? Man, there's some places that ain't feeling jack. Don't know nothing.
Amen.
Listen, let me tell you something. One thing I can say about these, this one is very, very girly. Very girly. But the last 2 months of her life, she done got aggressive, boyish. Have y'all not seen it? Man, she done got rough. You know why? She like her mama. You know why? Because let me tell you, we ain't cute. Now when it comes to the presence of God, you can't be cute. Sweat it out. Get an ugly face. Do what you gotta do. This ain't the time to be pretty. Do that when you going out. This is the time to get raw and real, because you know what? He tearing up some flesh and then he keeping us in the glory, and that ain't always pretty. And you can't always. I mean, good Lord, be a girl, but you know what? Know how to get in. Don't be too girl where you can't get in. See, I wish Angel wasn't even putting that on Facebook. Angel, cut it off.
No.